Hey, edgelords, thanks so much for tuning in on your internet tuner. We want you to hit subscribe. Isn't that right, Robbie?
That's right. That way you'll get the episodes as they come out every single Wednesday.
You need it, and you want it.
Grammy, get excited, as always. No, Grammy, I need more from you. You're just catatonic. Don't you even know what time it is? It's time for the Edgelords! So you are excited. Today you're feeling it. It's pumping through your veins. You're moving, you're grinding, you're pushing, you're shaking, you're punching, you're humping, you're swerving, you're grooving, you're curving. I'm out of words. Those are all the words I know. How are you, Gramuel?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and he's ready for bed. That's it. Graham is done, everybody. He's
That's how I do
pumped
it.
out.
That's how I do it.
That's how we all do it.
My old friend Danny LaBelle.
This week in Edging.
I know Danny.
He had a joke 10 years ago,
Yeah.
and no one ever laughed.
Okay.
And I liked it so much.
What was the joke?
He's like, he had like some joke about a sex move or whatever. He's like, that's not as good as my, I guess it's a little better than my sex move. I call it 3 pumps and a heartfelt apology.
Yeah. I get it. I get why nobody laughed at that.
Yeah.
But he's very funny.
The heartfelt made me
Heartfelt
laugh.
apology is very
I am so sorry.
Danny LaBelle is very funny. He used to call stand-up comedy clubs as Chris Tucker's agent. You know about this bit he used to do?
You got banned from Eastville for doing it.
He used to call him back. Chris Tucker's in town, and he needs to do time on your show. And they're like, well, yeah, have him come down. It's
He
like,
would do like a black voice.
yeah, and he's like, not just a little bit of time. He needs to do time. He needs to do 2 hours on your show. And they'd be like, what? And be like, yeah, he needs to do time right now. 2 hours minimum. And they're like, well, just bring him down. Like, I need a guarantee. If I bring him down, he could do 2 hours on your show tonight, and just try to keep like club owners on the phone as long as possible. Yeah.
Well, he did it successfully for Eastville, and they called all the comics and told them to stay home. And then Chris Tucker didn't show up, and then they found out it was Danny.
Yeah.
This is how insane Danny is, and he got banned from Eastville, and he was like, I don't understand why they banned me. I thought we were in comedy, you know.
Yeah.
Genuinely couldn't get it.
I mean, I think it's so funny. Had I been on like a bumped comic for a fake Chris Tucker appearance, I would be livid.
Comics are losing money.
Yes. No.
It's just it's wildly insane.
No, it's completely crazy and so funny.
There was something punk rock about him that I liked.
For a 400-pound Jewish boy child, yes.
Nerdy.
Yeah.
He was really messing with everybody all the time.
Totally.
It was just always to his detriment.
Yeah.
But for like this grander, like artistic thing he was chasing that did not exist.
Right. Yeah. Great storyteller too. This is we're coming to a weird Danny LaBelle appreciation.
I don't care. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
He needs some his flowers, as the kids say.
Yeah, that's what they say. You got to get your flowers now. That is what they say. And speaking of getting flowers, I think we should get our monetary flowers from our sponsors.
Big sponsor.
Big
I'm
sponsors.
especially excited for this one.
Well, yeah, you set this one up. You secured this one
I did.
for us.
I did. I sourced it.
Yes, you did. And I think, well, we're getting a paycheck soon from them, apparently. They said they've sent it along. So this is from the family of the people who brought us Tom's Shoes. You know, famously Tom's Shoes. When you buy some shoes from them, they send a pair to an African child in need. So this is, I guess, a sister company from their own family. This is Mike's Lingerie.
Yeah, we were actually able to get Mike from Mike's Lingerie to tell us about it.
Fantastic. Well, let's get him here.
Yeah. Oh, hey. Yeah. So I'm Mike. My brother Tom. He has this fruity company where he sends shoes to poor kids in Africa. I don't know anything about that, but I like sexy things, you know. So I came up with Mike's Lingerie. Yeah. What happens is you buy lingerie, and then we send lingerie to some poor kid in Africa. I wanted a piece of that fruit pie. You know what I mean?
Graham, did you buy ad space on our show?
I thought it was a good idea.
we make.
I'm an entrepreneur, and I knew I had this platform, and I thought to myself, look.
So the check isn't coming. The check that the representative from Mike's.
Well, if we sell a bunch of lingerie, yeah.
You're going to
Look,
lose all that
millennials,
money
like,
sending lingerie to the African kids as well.
We factor that into the cost. It's very expensive lingerie. You're effectively buying 2 lingerie pieces and plus shipping to Africa.
Okay, yeah, that would be expensive.
Yeah, we don't. You're
Yeah.
really shipping.
Okay, so we lost money on this.
We're the
ad.
middleman.
God damn it.
I mean, the
Okay, you're not allowed to book the ads anymore.
well, look, if you want sexy lingerie,
Which I do.
for your wife, and you want to help a kid in Africa,
Yeah.
buy it from Mike's Lingerie. You can go to grahamk.com and there's a link to it.
Nightgowns and negligees.
Negligees, you know.
This will go to sexy wives and children in Africa.
Poor kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a market for this.
Look, I'm just trying to get those millennial bucks.
Okay, I get it. Look, I get it, and I wish you success. And I think, well, this is a wash. We've lost some money on this. Let's bring a guest on at least. That's what the people want.
We could make a lot of money off this, Tom shit.
Yeah, I believe you. Look, I wish you luck. You've never met Tom, have you?
No, but it's a good idea. Like, he's big.
Yeah, no, Tom is big. Tom is big. He's sold a lot of shoes. He's given a lot of African kids shoes. The thing is, shoes, people need them in their day-to-day lives, right? It helps them get around. Being barefoot is unpleasant. If you can't afford shoes and you get a free pair, that's great. I just don't understand what the kids are going to do with the negligees.
Well, they'll grow into it. And they don't have to buy it when they're older for their wedding night.
Oh, you know what? I can't argue with that logic. All right, you have thought this out. So definitely go and buy a little something from Mike's Negligee to make a kid in Africa happy 10-ish years from now. Hopefully, yeah, or more. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm bringing on a guest. I'm not going to indulge this
do
anymore.
whatever you want.
I'm bringing on a guest, and let's do that now. Well, we got another exciting guest here. This is a stand-up comic who has been on Conan, Roast Battle, has a half hour on Comedy Central. He's also appeared in The League, The Mindy Project, and The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Wow.
And he is co-host of the podcast She Does Stand-Up Too.
Guest Lord. Welcome, Daddy.
Matt Broussard.
Matt Broussard, everybody.
Okay, very excited.
Excited.
I'm excited.
I am too. Please don't touch me.
Okay.
Okay.
Please touch me.
Ooh, good
After,
start.
Well,
We're leaving the cameras on.
we don't do consent here at the Edgelords.
That's true.
So that made me
We take
soft.
what we want when we want it.
Yeah.
That's fair.
He likes-
Don't touch me.
I don't know what to do now.
I
don't know what to do.
Well, I'm at half mast.
This is my cue.
Oh, it's a little coquettish. And I like that.
I like that too. Well, welcome to the Edgelords podcast, Matt. Here's what we do. I think you know we're a couple of edgy guys. We want to make sure you're an edgy guy.
We're
as
bad
well.
guys.
Yeah, we're bad guys. We're pretty intense.
Yeah.
We would both be wearing leather jackets if it wasn't so damn hot in
Very
this room.
hot. Yeah,
With
too
the
hot.
sleeves cut off.
Of course, leather vests is what I should have said. We're a couple of leather vest guys. And we're going to assess how edgy you are with a little something we call the edgy lightning round. And we're going to assess you between 1 and 5 kettlebells of edginess.
You want 5. 5 is
want
good.
5.
Do the kettlebells have are they shaped like a gorilla's head?
What?
The gorilla kettlebells?
Oh, the Joe Rogan ones?
Yeah.
No,
Oh.
we think gorillas are pussies.
I knew that.
down here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, ours are shaped like
Donkey
skull.
balls.
donkey
balls.
Donkey balls.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
Isn't that just the shape kettlebells already are?
You locked us
Yeah.
into donkey balls.
Spherical.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's right, yes. So donkey ball kettlebells is what we're assessing you at, and here we go.
Edgy lightning round.
It's electric.
Matt, we're gonna start you off as we start off every guest with the holy trinity of questions.
Buckle up, fuckface.
What is your favorite drug, cigarette brand, and alcohol?
Oh, favorite drug, LSD.
Whoa.
Okay.
Cigarettes I've never done, but I just started doing tobacco pouches. Not tobacco, nicotine pouches.
What's that?
It's
Chew?
Like to quit quit cigarettes.
No, these are stronger than that. It's called Zen or Velo. I feel like I'm advertising them, which makes me edgy. Yeah, kids do nicotine. It's little packets of just pure nicotine. You put them in your lip like a tobacco pouch.
Oh, it's tobacco
It's
chew.
It's a chew.
Yeah.
But it's just there's no tobacco. It's just it's
just
white
the
powder.
nicotine.
Yeah,
It's white powder that's concerning.
and it's super cheap because it's currently unregulated because it's so new, and it's quite a high. So Zen brand, and then what was the alcohol?
Alcohol, yes.
Some local brewery. That's whatever local beer brewery.
What are you fucking running for office? Are you running for Congress? Well, I
In
like
Portland,
the local beer in the
yes.
town I'm in right now. Give us an answer.
Don't you
for
love
Christ's sake.
the local sports team? Give it up for the local sports team.
Who's the guy who ran for mayor?
Oh, Carbach Brewery in Houston, Texas.
Who was the Asian guy who ran for mayor?
Andrew Yang.
Andrew Yang, when he was like, my favorite subway stop is Times Square.
Yeah, that's the answer you just gave us.
That's it.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that's a.
Yeah. He was asked his favorite subway stop. He said Times Square was all he could think of.
And then he went to he was like, I like bodegas because that's what New Yorkers like. And he was in like a Whole Foods. It's like,
Yeah. How about those New York Metropolitans? They're having quite a season this year, huh?
The Knickerbockers are playing very well.
Yes.
it's a human number.
But I'm interested. Why'd you
It's
suddenly?
also an Asian slur. Sorry.
My apologies.
Yeah, my apologies to the Asian community.
What made you decide to try just pure nicotine after never smoking?
Oh, good question.
I'm 33. I've been fairly not straight edge, but fairly healthy. And then I was like, I don't know. I want to be a little badass, Yeah. I'm approaching dad levels of lame.
Yeah.
I was like, I need some little. I deserve this.
You deserve it.
Yeah, someone told me there's no medal at the end of life for living healthy. I was like, let's spiral, baby.
Have you ever taken a puff of a cigarette?
No, but probably something with like a what's it called when you mix it? Not a spliff, is it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like
A spliff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I've probably done that, and I've smoked a cigar for fun. But yeah, I never really smoked a cigarette. Now I don't have to because this shit's so much stronger.
Well, careful.
You skipped a step.
Yeah.
He's throwing
Careful.
down.
Don't get addicted.
I already am. Like in 2 weeks, it's so good.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Well,
Y'all smoke
right now.
cigarettes?
a lot of tea. I smoke about 3 cigarettes a week. I smoke them when I drink.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think it takes more self-control to do that few than to just not do them at all.
I don't have an addictive personality.
Oh.
It's also why I've never been in love. Anyway, no, I'm kidding.
I never smoked growing up or anything, and then in the past 3 years, it's like if I'm on vacation, I'll smoke a cigarette. Weddings, I'll smoke cigarettes. But I don't just smoke. I've never bought a pack, really.
Yeah.
I buy packs. But
You're
I
a
get
hot girl. That's what that means. You can just bum them off.
Yeah.
That's the way I live my life in general. Yeah. Excuse me.
It's the best when you have a girlfriend and you want to smoke. It's like, can you go ask those group of guys? And they always,
She
she
launches
always
it to
comes
you.
back with 4. She's like,
Between every finger. Like,
yeah. I think I got Julia to do that for me, and she came back. And it's just the guys. It was just so funny to see the guy be like, "Oh, I'm gonna smoke with this pretty girl," and then she turns around and gives it to a guy, and then we start smoking it, and he's like, "No."
Yeah, you fucked that guy over. It
was great.
Which is edgy.
Yeah, what is edgy? What is your best tat, and you have to have one?
My best tat is that I definitely have.
Yes,
There we go.
You have to have one.
It's on the bottom of my foot.
Okay.
Whoa, okay, yeah,
Yeah. It's
Very Illuminati of you.
a Death Squad podcast network
Oh, wow.
logo. Yeah, that's my
Wow.
tattoo. Yeah.
Pretty sick.
Yeah, the bottom of my foot. Where
Our
it
arch
hurts even
nemesis.
more.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. It's us against a whole empire of podcasts, and we're taking them down. I think people know who the truly edgy people are.
We're like in the movie 300.
yes,
We could take down a full empire.
full empire.
Just a couple guys.
of
Couple
Persian
ripped guys.
soldiers,
Yeah.
yeah.
Got a lot of
With
teeth.
painted on abs. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? No problem with that.
That's my next
they
tattoo.
look the same.
Is a 6-pack.
I think that's a smart move. All right, Matthew. You have a math degree from Rice University, which you sometimes weave into your comedy.
Edgy.
What's it like to be a huge fucking dork?
It's pretty great. It's pretty. In terms of edgy, I mean, what's edgier than a polyhedra?
That's
yeah.
right.
I
That is
don't
a-
know.
That is
I can't even.
something with a lot of sides.
Because I have a
I'm
lot of.
guessing.
It seems
Sounds
like a
something with
poly.
sides.
A lot of
Lot
sharp
of-
edges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Okay.
there we go.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Why
That's a
does-
very
Wait,
good answer.
polyhedron.
Answer is too smart for this podcast.
Not a specific number. That's just many edges.
Polyhedron is a three-dimensional multi-face thing.
Like
So,
a dodecahedron
polygon is
would be an
two-dimensional.
example of a
Yeah,
polyhedron.
yes, it would.
What would be?
Come on.
Poly for more than.
Dodecahedron, something I learned about.
Would
in
our
seventh
logo be a
grade.
polyhedron?
Yes, that's very Euclidean. Look at all those straight edges. Yeah, edgy. Your logo's edgy. Look at that.
Yeah. Where can one find the Euclid? I can't.
Euclid?
Yeah.
Well, you have to look under the polyhedral hood.
Oh, there we go. That's been the problem this whole time.
Can't please a woman. Oh boy.
You need a math degree to please a woman.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm just poking around the B's and C's. Matt, you look like you didn't get a part in HBO's Succession because your look was a bit on the nose. Name a time your white patrician looks has actually hurt you.
Ooh, I got yelled at. I was doing a comedy show in the park, and I mentioned being Jewish, and there was a woman in the audience who was also Jewish and noted that, and she was black, which I didn't note, but then she noted that, and then started yelling at me that I'm racist because I'm white and Jewish, and if you're white and Jewish, you're not actually Jewish. You are part of a group, of a tribe of non-Jews who converted to Judaism for political purposes 300 years ago.
Only 300
or something like that. Yeah,
300 seems low.
Yeah, but like also converting for political reasons, that's the most Jewish thing you can do. I think that should legitimize our Jewish status as anything.
So this was a sane woman you met in a park.
Yes, definitely not on mushrooms at the time. Yes, very sane, very very rational approach.
Yeah. That's what I miss most about doing these park shows. Is all the cool, neat, sane people that come drop by.
It's all the fun theories you hear during your set.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know?
And you totally have, and you're like, oh, I'm just here. You were sitting here already, and I came and spewed my hateful rhetoric at you. So how can I even be like, you were here at a comedy club? It's like you were in the park.
Yeah. That's the sad thing.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm actually, in this scenario, I'm the crazy person.
I'm yelling in your home.
Yes.
Through a speaker box microphone I bought at Party City.
Well, somebody else bought for you.
Someone else
It does
bought,
not
yeah.
work.
That's true. All right. Avril Lavigne or Pink?
Holy fuck, that's an edgy question.
Oh, that's
Did you come up with that?
I did.
My God, today?
I did a lot of research on edgy,
And you didn't
edgy
even-
music.
You did not prep me for that
No,
question.
I know. It's a pretty intense one.
As the guy from Skater Boy.
That was you?
Yes,
I can't believe it.
I was the guy who picked on the Skater Boy, but much to my chagrin, he's the victor now. I'm gonna have to go with Avril Lavigne. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm Pink Man myself, but I like the answer. I like the confidence.
I'm a pink man.
Are you?
Yeah.
But you were a skater boy, right? You skateboarded?
I was a poser boy.
Poser boy.
You know
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you a good skater?
No, I can ollie. I did a
Okay.
kickflip like 5 times in my life.
See, I call it an Oliver because I'm classy like that. There's a bunch of kids who skateboard right in front of my apartment because there's these stair steps, and like I wish so badly that I could get like really good at skateboarding and go out there wearing like a cable knit sweater and like khakis and boat shoes and then do all their same tricks.
I think about that all the time.
it's such a
Yeah.
it would be worth learning just for that.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Film
I
it.
fantasize about going out in a cable knit sweater and boat shoes and khakis, but not the skateboarding part. You know?
No.
I just think it's nice to look nice sometimes.
Just go
To
down.
prick up prostitutes to murder. Yes.
Or just go down by the wharf and just walk on any boat without any questions.
Yes.
I'm here.
Untie this for me. I'm taking it out.
Unhinge this.
Just,
I think
shoveling hors d'oeuvres into a bag.
Very confident look. It'll get you anywhere.
Your girlfriend is a former college athlete who is stronger than you.
Yes.
What's the most emasculating sexual moment you've ever had?
Most emasculating sexual moment I've ever had. Trying to pick her up in any kind of move, it doesn't work very well. I have a very Jewish lower back,
And she's
it
in
gives
great.
out very
She's
easy.
in great shape.
She's in great shape.
She's like
it's a lot of
incredible.
muscle.
Yeah.
I talk about this all the time because Casey, my wife, you know, her, she watches The Bachelor a lot. And on that show, there's like they're dating 32 women simultaneously. Whenever they do a one-on-one date, whenever they see the woman, they start like 30 feet apart, and the woman always does a full-on run, jumps and wraps her legs and arms around the guy so confidently. And every time the guy he seems to have no problem at all just carrying her and supporting her. If they did the very first date I went on, my back would be the end of the show.
If I was
medic. Medic.
You'd have to have a chiropractor on set.
Yeah.
Yes, the whole. Or I would. I mean, I like do a bit about it, but I'd have to sit them all 32 down the first night and be like, hey, like I know this is what the thing you're imagining, but like we actually can't do that. Like we just do a regular hug.
Your face, the rose ceremony is you face down on a chiropractor bed with your head through the hole, just holding a rose. Is that Sharon? Sharon?
What are the talking head segments? The talking heads. I mean, they'd have to film it from the floor.
Yeah,
Look
it's just
at
me.
Oh
God.
Hugo, you do wonders.
Sherry was great. I just wish she was a little lighter. I don't know if that's not body shaming.
I wish she could follow instructions about the correct way to say hello to me. But yeah, granted, those women are always like 108 pounds and 5'4", and the men are always like
5'4" is
6'5",
tall,
former NFL players.
So big.
Former NFL players, current accountants.
Yes, yes, entrepreneurs.
Yeah, they're all entrepreneurs. I think you're up next.
Okay, well then I'll ask a damn question. You won Houston's funniest person back in what, 2012?
2012.
You won Houston's funniest person in 2012. Where did Beyonce rank?
It was a good year for Beyonce.
It was a good year for Beyonce. She was very funny that year.
Third place, but I felt she deserved second. I still won.
Yeah.
I'm related to her. She's a descendant of
so
the
you
Broussards.
are Jewish.
Yeah. The Broussards are all of Cajun descent.
Uh-huh.
Because like the guy who led the rebellion and took everyone down in Louisiana is a Broussard. And
Okay.
if you look at the Broussard, the Joseph Broussard Wikipedia page, his descendants include Beyonce.
Oh, so in not a cool way. You're related to her in the least cool way possible.
There's probably some unpleasant history
What did he-
covering our
what did
family
he
tree.
do?
He led the rebellion in Nova Scotia because the Cajuns were the Acadians,
Yes.
the French settlers who got pushed out by the British, as everyone does.
We kicked them out.
Yep, you did. We got kicked out of Canada. Which,
Dirty people.
yeah, we're the. I just think about like getting kicked out of Canada. Of how obnoxious do you have to be for Canadians to
You
call
people
you
eat
out?
crayfish, for God's sakes.
Yeah, we're scavengers.
Yeah.
Yeah. But on the hand, Jews, no shellfish. You must have starved growing
Yeah,
up.
it's very hard to balance. Did you know that boudin is made of
Jewish Cajun.
Jewish Cajun?
There's nothing to eat. Yeah.
It would be easier to come out as gay than as kosher in my family.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's a, you know that there's like lots. It's like a very popular name in French Canada, Broussard. So
Is it
there's
spelled
like,
the same?
yes.
Is it Broussard or Broussard?
It's both.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a zillion of them. It's like Smith. So
But
you
you
may
are-
or may not be related to that person.
We're their Republican cousins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Direct descendant of this guy who led this revolution. Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all, but every Cajun is. We're very interbred. There were
yeah,
like
yeah.
apparently 300 Cajuns who landed in Louisiana,
Yeah.
and now there's hundreds of thousands, which doesn't bode well for our.
They were Catholic though, so they really probably had a bunch of progeny.
Yes, but it has to be interbred. Like
Oh,
it's just
yeah,
too
yeah,
small of a clan.
What is your favorite way, Matt Broussard, to shred your body?
To shred, is that like a workout thing?
Sure, yeah. Not a good
Kind of
start.
embarrassing you didn't
Yeah.
know that, but
Yeah.
okay.
No, I'm sorry. I gotta get real shredded. 10-minute Peloton ab workouts. Ooh.
This man
I
doesn't-
mean,
he doesn't want kettlebells.
Fucking
It's like
disgusted
he hates
right now.
kettlebells.
Yeah.
Owning noobs online is great. Is
Okay,
my
we're
cardio.
doing better now. Now we're doing better.
yeah, I
now
don't
we're
like
now
noobs.
we're
I don't
coming
like
around.
noobs at
Yeah.
all.
You can own noobs on Peloton, right? Can you
I
see
can own
other
noobs.
riders on
Yes,
Peloton?
you can. Oh yeah, and you can send them
You
high
can see
fives.
other
Yeah.
riders?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can like.
So can you
yeah.
send them another high five and then pull it back real quick?
Yeah, too slow.
Too slow,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
There
undo
we
high
go.
five.
Just like the way you cycle. You stationary cycle too slow, bitch.
Dumb bitch, Gina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fit Mom 49 from San Bernardino.
Ooh, it should get a lot of followers, I think.
Yeah, she should.
You're up next.
I know what I am.
I know what you are too.
Don't tell people. Matthew, favorite all-time babe can be a man or a woman.
Kimberly from the Power Rangers.
Pink one?
Pink
one?
Ranger, original Pink Ranger.
I don't
So
remember
if
what
the
she
yellow
looks
one
like,
is
really.
Asian, the black
one is black.
and the pink one is a vagina.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
And the green one's Jewish,
Ah.
and the white one's white.
Is there a white one?
The green one became the white one. which is because Jews are now white people.
Once again, this Asian lady in the park has been 100% right about everything.
Yeah.
She's made no mistakes. You've just bared out her arguments for her. I kind of forgot that they did that in the Power Rangers. They were like the black one's black and the Asian one's yellow. And,
it's pretty nuts.
It is kind of nuts.
I tried to like make it into a joke because I Googled the Power Rangers for a different reason.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit, the black one's black, then the Asian one is yellow. It's like, and then I just said it on stage, and everyone just got uncomfortable. And you said no one laughed. Everyone was just like, oh.
You said the green one became the white one.
Yes.
Right? And I get why there wasn't a white one in the beginning, because he's the White Power Ranger. Which is like, it should not have gotten through a meeting. You know?
Have you heard the history of how Power Rangers was made?
It's Japanese.
No.
So it's a fascinating story from like a financial standpoint.
And they cut all the fight scenes, which were from the Japanese one.
Super Sentai Warriors was a long-running, very popular show in Japan. A producer named Chaim Saban came to Fox. Chaim Saban. He came to Fox and said, hey, I have this show that would be super cheap to produce. We just buy the rights to the action scenes and then use
Chaim, I'm going to be honest.
Use non-union actors to play the in-between things. We never have to even have the costumes. We can just shoot this in like 2 locations, and then we just mostly splice and dub. And the network was like, okay, I don't think it's going to be very successful, but it's super cheap to make. And instead, it was absurdly successful. It made billions of dollars. And Chaim Saban became a billionaire.
Yes.
A billionaire. And then he sold the rights for $5 billion.
$5 billion?
$5 billion.
$1 billion per Ranger.
Yes.
$5 billion?
And then it
Not
went
the only
down.
one who knows math around here.
Without him managing it, it went down to about like $500 million. He bought it back, and now it's up to like $2 or $3 billion again. He's the 400th richest man in America, and most of his money goes to supporting Israel.
Yeah, that sounds
It's the wildest story.
Yeah. That is completely crazy. One of the things I just heard a couple stories like this. One thing is, I wish I knew the details better, but it's like some lawyer bought some failing like toy company that owned like the rights to all of these like Marvel toys when Marvel was not doing well, and then somehow found the way to like some back door in the contract that let him like produce these movies. So now he's like gets all this credit on every like Marvel movie that gets made, but he bought some like failing toy company in like the 90s. And is now like one of the richest dudes.
You got to put your money in toy companies. If you got any money hanging around, just buy the rights to some failing enterprise.
Yeah, there's somebody for I think the people who made Star Wars figurines. Same thing happened.
Yeah.
Some guy was like, some small toy company got it, and now they're gajillionaires. And also there was when the ABA merged with the NBA, they took the best franchises and disbanded the ones that were failing. And one group, like some smaller city was like, the owners were like, we don't agree to these terms, blah, blah. And they fought, and they're like, okay, well, we'll give you like 0.5% of the NBA in perpetuity.
Holy shit.
And this is like 1976 or some shit. And they're like, okay, fine. And so this family just every year gets billions of dollars from the NBA. And the NBA's tried to buy them out several times, but it's just like
we're just going to do
perpetuity.
This forever. That's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
That is amazing. We've
turned into the hedge lords.
We've gone on a real tangent. But I do have one more thing on this tangent. It's going to lead us to an edgy lightning round question we weren't going to ask this time, but I'm going to throw it in. So I didn't know this about like toy companies in general, but like the Ninja Turtles cartoon, like that was like a toy first thing.
Yes.
Right? Where they were like, we need something that we can
like
sell
He-Man.
a fuck ton of merch on. So they went looking for something to turn it. So Hasbro made the cartoon. In my mind, I always thought like the cartoon was made and then they merchandised, but it was a toy company being like, let's find something we can fucking shill to kids.
Right.
And then it's like, that's the most selling toy franchise of all.
Right. Yeah, it's episodic, like commercials. It's just like Transformers, I believe, was the same way. Fucking Japanese understand marketing really
and
well.
It works so well, which leads us to a question we weren't going to ask, but I will. Who's your favorite Ninja Turtle?
The purple one with the long stick.
Oh, yeah.
Donatello, because in the video game,
makes sense. That
when
tracks.
when you do it like that, he'd hit the guy behind you and in front of you.
See,
or any other weapon would just stab in front of you. He had like a Darth Maul kind of got you both.
math degree, science-minded people
And
love
wasn't
Donatello.
was he the nerdy one?
Yes,
Yeah.
he was the,
Okay.
he
I like
did all
that
the
too.
inventions.
Anyone
the
in
math
STEM
major.
loves Donatello.
Yeah.
And that's the type of calculation they would make to be like, it's the most effective weapon. Blah, blah, blah.
And the attack radius is twice the magnitude.
Yeah.
That's the answer of someone who has never had a cigarette once in their life, but now does some weird pouch.
Now is addicted
Now
to white
freebases
powder
nicotine.
All right, it's your turn, I believe.
No, go ahead.
What is your favorite all-time babe?
Oh, did we just do this?
We did-
one?
we did that
Yeah,
one?
Pink Ranger.
Oh, that's right.
Pink Ranger. That's how we got
I don't know
there.
how we
Also,
got
the
there.
yellow one was a man. Did you know that the first Yellow Ranger was a woman, but in the action scenes, that character from the Japanese show was a man because it was 4 men, 1 woman. But then, so when you see the fight scenes, that's a man in the yellow costume.
Oh, really?
That's why that one doesn't
he's got
have
like
a
a-
skirt,
he's
and the
got-
pink one does.
He's got like a bulge.
Yeah. Just massive camel toe on Jenny.
And the racist American producers are like, they're Asian.
Same.
No.
Yeah. Himes, like,
Visual, balls won't be too big.
give me the rights to his Asian penis.
Yeah.
Wrap it in the contract.
Well, they knew. I noticed. Lovely bulge on that man. What is your favorite, speaking of lovely bulges, euphemism for sex?
Fornication. No, is that not a euphemism?
No,
That's the textbook word. Yeah.
that is
Okay, that's the opposite.
right down the pipe.
Bang.
Bang.
Bang. Bang's
Yeah,
a popular
simple.
one.
Or
People
bump
like it.
uglies. I like bump ugly. Bump uglies has
Yeah.
a nice like sound to it.
It does.
Bump and uglies.
Bump uglies
Very
is
vivid.
nice.
Yeah.
Would you like to bump up uglies with? It's hard to say.
It's hard to say.
Bump
Uglies?
uglies.
Bump uglies.
Bump uglies with me, assuming both of our private parts are ravaged.
Yes. I'm
I think
sex.
genitals are repulsive in general.
I'm sex positive. I think all genitals are beautiful.
Mm.
I say bump beauties. You want to bump some hotties? You want to bump some
Merge, cuties.
merge cuties?
Then
Ooh,
you see her vagina, you're like, ew.
Ew, changed my mind. Turn the lights back off. I kind of like merge cuties, which we might have just coined right here.
Merge
on the podcast.
cuties.
Wish I had a rhyming one, but
Merge cuties.
All right. Well, what we got to do here is tabulate your scores, some of our edgy math. So you hang back there while we discuss this, please.
All right, so I don't, the weird pouch thing was gross.
Skip
Made me
cigarettes
sick.
entirely. Went to the white powder. I don't even know if it's. I think he thinks it's nicotine, but I think he's doing ketamine.
I think he's doing a
sound
pouch of
similar.
ketamine.
Yes.
He says it's not
Y'all talk about ketamine?
not regulated yet.
Yeah, it's not at all. He's breaking some laws for sure, which I like.
Rice University.
Swedish.
Edgelord.
Yeah.
He's got a death squad tat.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I like that.
Definition of
I'm gonna
edgy.
get Legion of Skanks on my other foot.
He chose Avril Lavigne. That's the wrong answer.
Well, but he said he bullied the skater boy, which brought it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I like that.
Got yelled at by a black woman in a park for not being Jewish enough because he's white,
That was pretty good.
which I respect.
Yeah. Yeah. Houston's funniest person he beat
Beyonce by 2
Beyonce.
spots.
I mean, you beat Beyonce. That's you're good in Kelly Rowland's book. Favorite way to shred your bod was I think he lost a kettlebell on that. But then he got brought back with new. He got the noobs. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then he knows maybe too much about the Power Rangers. I would say.
Yeah.
Kind of weird. It's the first time Chaim Saban has been mentioned on this podcast.
He turned the favorite babe into How to Make Money, which was Jewish.
Which was Jewish.
Yeah,
We like
that. We like. Yeah, fair pro.
Euphemism for sex started with fornicate, but then we ended up coining.
You know, he always starts badly, but then brings it back. He fixes it like a math problem. Here's what I'm thinking.
I wonder what you guys are talking about.
Yep. All right.
5 kettlebells.
5 kettlebells.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I was afraid I was going to be an edge lad and not an edge lord.
Oh boy! I'm glad you said that after
He
we
got it
gave
just
you
in
that.
time. That would have been.
I had that one in my pocket all day. Like, I'm gonna bust it out. Like I came up with it on the spot. Nope. Weeks of prep.
All right. Well, despite that last comment, that does qualify you for our next segment.
Scalding hot takes. Burn me, Daddy.
Very hot.
We got some edgelord scalding hot takes for you, Matt. Feel free to jump in on ours if you have your own. Show up with your own. I can lead us off.
Give us a lead.
Here we go. Hot take number 1. Pretty scalding one.
I'm buckled up.
If you're in couples therapy, break up.
Yeah.
Break up. It's over. If you once you need to bring in a third party intermediary to fix this for you, it's too late. You don't have the tools. You don't have the ability.
No.
It's over. Get out. Done.
I agree.
Break up. Leave that person.
Yeah, I have never met a couple that has been through couples therapy that's worked out.
I don't think that couple exists.
They're like you might get another tortured 2 years out of it.
This is an absolute scam from the days before reality TV, where someone is like, maybe someone will pay me to watch them fight in front of me.
Yeah.
That'd be a sweet gig. And that's a whole career.
All it does is make you talk like an idiot to your spouse for like 3 months after you go.
I would hoard little grievances and air them. You know, I mean, like, I'm going to save that one and bring it up in front of someone else. It's like a guarantee that it can't blow up too bad. I mean, like, if I save it for there,
That's true.
that's what I'm that petty.
This is a safe space.
Hopefully, my girlfriend won't listen to this, but we were having a slight rough patch in terms of communication, and then she started getting individual therapy, and it all went away. So her individual therapy was our couples therapy. What a victory for me!
That is amazing. Yeah, I've even never heard a story like that. Usually I feel like
we don't like fight anymore. Like
That's great.
We're really good now.
yeah.
I mean, every couple fights.
the therapist is
Every
my
couple
friend
has
Doug.
A rough patch.
Yes.
That is just part of being not having. You need some passion, for God's sakes.
gotta have some passion.
She takes Lexapro and I take Adderall, and that's how she's chiller about things, and I'm more focused and clean. And that usually solves most
You
of
guys
our
are
issues.
merging cuties. What was what you're doing?
Meeting in the middle of the spectrum.
Yes.
Do you find Adderall helps your joke writing or affects it at all?
I don't know if it makes me funnier, but it makes me more likely to write down the idea, which is half the battle.
That's true. Yeah.
Of just like actually sitting down to do something. I hate the crash, so I don't take it too much. But
How often do you take it?
once or twice a week on days I need to actually do stuff. But I like it. I like it for the first 2
I've
3
never
hours.
tried it, but every time people like,
You want to get addicted?
Well, but that's I always thought like it's gotta fuck with your like creativity, but like it
I don't
seems like
think
it
so.
doesn't. Everyone's
I think that's
like,
just a myth.
It just makes me superpower writer for like 6 hours, and that sounds amazing.
Yeah, everyone's like, oh, well, it makes you less creative. No, it doesn't. I mean,
Yeah.
it's the same thing as cocaine, and how many great artists are hooked on cocaine?
I also sit down at the laptop without Adderall, and I'm not like I'm not like, well, I'm so creative. I couldn't risk this. I just stare at my laptop screen for 4 hours and look at Twitter and then get up.
I think the hardest part of being creative isn't sitting down to do the work. It's hating yourself while you're doing it.
Yeah.
These are bad ideas. I'm so stupid. And Adderall makes you think all of your thoughts are good.
Oh.
So it turns off that filter and you just spill it all out without
Yes.
that judgment. It turns off that your Jewish mom voice in your head.
Right.
Being like, you should quit. You should go to grad school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been prescribed it twice. I should maybe do it again, but I've never really taken it more than once or twice.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
And it makes you skinny.
So you heard it here first,
it.
kids.
Oh, it suppresses your
Adderall.
appetite like nothing else. You can go like 12 hours and forget to eat.
You're on speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just here to encourage the kids to do drugs.
Take nicotine powder,
Adderall.
do Adderall.
Yeah.
You gave us some specific brands for the nicotine powder.
There's
which I
only
like.
2 right now. So
Okay.
One's owned by Chaim Saban. He bought the rights.
All right. Here we go.
It might just be Chaim. I don't know. I might just be throwing
You
in
added
that sound
Saban?
to add some legitimacy to my Semitic heritage because it's so often doubted.
I believe it since you turned the babe into how to make money.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to.
I got 5 out of 5 stars
Yeah.
of David now. Yeah.
All right, I have a
I want to hear it.
I got a hot take. Wi-Fi sucks. No one has good Wi-Fi. It doesn't exist. I don't know anyone where it works properly. I've never had good Wi-Fi. I currently have a wireless router that I had to buy a giant wire for to move to a better part of my apartment to get better reception. It's like right beside my TV so I can watch movies. And it's like I bought a 100-foot cable for my wireless router. What the fuck? That's what I'm saying.
I don't believe in signal boosters. That just sounds made up.
Signal boosters are a goddamn crock of
Like,
shit. I
if
bought one,
there's
didn't
no
do
signal-
shit.
yeah.
All it did was boost the bars, my TV. I was like, how's the reception? And it went from like 2 to like excellent, it was like work, excellent. And it was like time to play a movie, it's like buffering.
Just kidding. Yeah. My phone does that to me all the time. I call my phone's bluff where it'll be like, you have full 5G service. Then you try to do something and it's like, just it all disappears.
Yeah.
It's like, we just thought you weren't good shit.
Yeah, it just makes it look like
it makes it look like it does. Yeah,
it doesn't make sense. If the signal's weak, how can you boost it? It's like there's there's not enough. It's like pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Like there's nothing there to
there's no signal to boost. Yeah. But you also have you lived in places that don't have like Verizon, right?
It's Verizon.
Oh, you have Verizon.
I have Verizon. I was like, I moved there. I finally moved to like a good neighborhood, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have Verizon. And I got Verizon, and the guy was like, the guy who installed it was like, well, I'm gonna have to drill a hole through your wall to the outside. And I was like, can I ask my landlord? He's like, I guess.
I guess if you got to.
But if he doesn't get back to you, I have to leave, and then it'll be 2 more weeks, and I've already waited 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I was like, can't you just use that hole that's already there that a cable's running through? He's like, well, I guess.
He just wanted to use his drill.
He just wanted to make another hole. I guess it's like an extra 5 minutes of work for him to like pull out the old one and shove a new one in and put some caulking around it. So he did that. There's no new hole, but then he was like, it's got to be in your bedroom. And my TV, I have like a long railroad apartment. My TV is like 500 feet away in the other part of the apartment, and it was like a nightmare. So I had to buy a cable that and put it all around the door frame and like pull it out and put it around the side, and it was like a day.
I bet if you just let him
drill a hole,
you'd have great Wi-Fi right now.
No, I didn't. He would have been in the same space,
but it would have been drilled.
I mean, let him put it through that hole and then just drill a hole for no reason. Let him have that. The man loves drilling holes.
The man his moment.
I'm just standing behind him.
Fuck this house. Sweet release.
I got a hot take.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
Weed isn't cool anymore. Weed stopped being cool. Remember when weed was cool? Like the kids who smoked weed were the cool kids, and now it's just my mom does it.
It's for nerds.
It's for nerds. You go to like a dispensary, everyone there.
It's a little much. Not just for nerds. A lot of cool people do weed.
I think alcohol is way more edgy than weed these days.
A lot of really cool guys do a lot of weed. You a
pothead?
Pothead, no. But do I smoke pot? No, I smoke and I eat
you do things
and
high?
Stuff. No.
Okay.
Except be high and enjoy myself.
Yes,
but I
that's
can't
the same
like
with me.
live a life. I can't. I would never drive high. I know for a fact if I tried to drive high, I would start to like fumble with the radio, and then I would forget I was driving and be fully fumbling with the radio before I slammed into something.
I have the opposite. I'm so scared of how I'm driving on weed that I drive better. My hands are just.
I do that, but it's so scary. It can't be good. I've done it a couple times in my life.
Driving should be scary.
I'm like,
being high when you drive isn't like an abnormal experience. You realize that you're lugging
what you're doing
2,000 pounds of metal at 60 miles an hour, and
Yes.
you could kill anything.
Yes.
But
So you're just experiencing driving for what it really
into
is.
perspective what you're doing.
You shouldn't be that. When you're doing anything like that, you should have confidence. Not too much confidence.
Confidence is just stupidity.
I guess. But
Because drunk drivers are very confident. They're like, I'm great at driving.
Yeah.
But yeah, weed.
I like to take Adderall, drive for 12 hours straight.
Yeah.
Just in a circle around my block, but I really nail
Very
it.
slow donuts. No skid marks.
perfect left turn.
Another one, done.
Yeah.
No.
Also, weed, like, dispensaries really ruined it for me. Because you don't want, like, a good employee selling you weed.
Yes.
That's not a good they should not care about their job. They should be on their phone. You come in, every dispensary employee is the best employee I've ever met.
They love their job.
They love their job. They're so
it.
happy. They know way too much. You're like, this is, like, awkward how good you are.
And it's something about weed because they have the same like arrogance and ego of a wine sommelier. You know, they just don't have the annoying title, but they are like, this is the cannabis cranberry kush.
Mm-hmm. They try it all.
Yeah.
They're like Genius Bar kind of vibe.
There's a study. You can look it up.
I'm not going to.
And they did like blind tests, and there is no difference between any of them besides THC. Strength. There's like no like.
Is there no indica sativa?
There is no indica sativa.
I knew it. And dude, like a pothead will punch you in the mouth for saying that.
Yeah, it's all in their stupid head.
Yeah. I mean, my guess is that like any like plant will have some type of slightly different, but probably minimal. Like I think they play it up to be like, if you take this, you're gonna fall asleep. If you take this,
they're like indica sativa. They're always like, I mean, every pot. Okay, I smoke weed like once a month.
Yeah.
Or do an edible, like a little tiny gummy, like once a month or whatever. And that's all I can do.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm so sleepy, and everyone's like, "Oh, have you tried sativa?"
Yeah.
It's like, go fuck. It's like,
it's weed.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
It's like, well, I get all fucked up and like, have you tried vodka?
Right.
It's like,
Yes,
you
it's
don't
the
know what
same.
the fuck you're talking
Yeah.
about. Have I tried sativa? I'm 40. Like, I fucking have been alive, man. I've never heard of sativa, you fucking loser. Where do you think I've been? Have you tried sativa?
I like to, but I just like to be, I don't know. They all make me high, so I like all of them.
Yeah.
I prefer to also be like kind of ungodly high and at home. You know, like I want to be like kind of just teetering on non-functional.
Where you're like, I have to pee and I don't know what to do about it.
Exactly. That's my sweet spot.
I like that, but there is a hangover from weed that no one talks about.
No one talks about.
For 2 days, I'm
clinically depressed.
I am not necessarily. I get maybe a little more depressed, but I am. The brain fog is the same as like alcohol hangover for me. I have the worst brain fog.
I don't experience that at all.
And it's I get that really.
But alcohol hangover
with
fucks
edibles.
me up.
Yeah, that too.
You gotta drink water, man.
I do. I drink a fuck ton of
You
water.
gotta drink
but
at least 3 full pints of water before you go to bed, and then it makes you pee. Then you gotta wake up and pee, and then
4
drink more.
pints?
3 pints at least. I drink like 4, and then you wake up and have to pee like 4 hours later, and then you drink another pint of water and go to bed, and then you don't have a hangover. You just feel weird.
I have so life. How my normal state.
Yeah.
I have a theory on drinking because I get bad hangovers. It's just day drink. That helps a lot.
I haven't
just
day
get
drank.
drunk during the day,
fall
pass
asleep
out
at
by 8,
6.
Yeah.
and then you kind of like because I think the worst part of the hangover is that you go to sleep. If you're drinking, you go to sleep later than you should, which is always going to mess up your next day. If you go to sleep 2 hours after your normal bedtime, you're going to still wake up at the normal time, and being low on sleep just feels awful. I just hate it so much.
Yeah.
And alcohol also adversely affects your sleep. I don't think you get real sleep. Same with weed. So if you can just at least drink and then get a good night's sleep, I think hangovers are actually not as bad.
I just have a different relationship to weed because I feel like when I sleep fine when I get high. I sleep better even. I wake up feeling
But it's
fine.
not real sleep. That's the thing. Is like,
How
you ever wake
dare
up from,
you, sir? How dare you tell me what my sleep is? What do you mean it's not real sleep?
I'll be asleep
REM.
the whole time, but I don't think it's REM. Because if I take an edible, I can like pass out for 10 hours, but then I wake up and it feels like I slept too.
Well, I don't know if I ever get REM sleep in general. Like I'm always a bad sleeper. I'm up and down a lot.
Me too.
Yeah, me too. But when you do, that's the best drug. 9 hours of sleep. Have you ever actually gotten like more than 8 hours of sleep? You wake up and you're like, am I high?
Yeah.
Did I do meth?
I feel good after a sleep maybe once a month, and it is the best feeling.
Yeah.
You're like,
You're skipping.
I tell people.
And you're like, I don't even need coffee. I'm going to get some, but I don't even need it.
Yeah.
Let me just
I'm
remind
gonna feel
everyone-
great after a coffee.
Let me just remind the folks, you're listening to the edgiest podcast in existence, the Edge
Brought to you by Black Rifle Coffee, the edgiest coffee.
Brought to you
for
by
some reason.
9 p.m. bedtime.
I will call my girlfriend and be like, I got a great sleep.
Casey can sleep for like 11 hours. I've never seen anything like it.
Superpower.
It's truly crazy.
Julia
I
will
would
sleep
take-
for like 12 hours and be like, she's the Olympic sleeper.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Laura still has that swimming thing where, like, when the alarm goes off, she's up. It's not like, I could go back to this. I could sleep a little more. Because I wake up, I'm like, I could use another 2 hours. I do the math. I'm like, that was only 7. I could lie down for another 45 minutes and have a much better day because of it. But when she hears the alarm,
Yeah.
when she's up, she's up. She's
I'm
also
like
a
her.
snoozer. Are y'all snoozers?
I
No,
don't get snoozer.
Casey is a snoozer, and it drives me fucking
It's the most
insane.
selfish thing you can do to a partner.
Yes,
Like,
thank
before
God.
suicide.
She
Like,
can actually do more selfish stuff, I've discovered. But luckily, I always wake up before her. I mean, it's like,
that's nice.
but there's been times when very few times when I haven't, and it's like she'll snooze 5 or 6
4 or
times.
5, yeah. I think I've hit 5 before, which is an hour of interrupted sleep because the first 5 minutes after the alarm is just like this weird sense of panic of, oh no, it's going to go off again.
Yes.
And then right as the 10 minutes
as you drift
ends,
off. Yeah.
you hit that just where and you're
Yeah.
back again. It's
I have this
I
Pavlovian
don't get it.
response. You know when people like they use an iPhone ring as their alarm, and then you hear that iPhone ring out in the wild, just like in the middle of the day, and
Yeah.
it stresses me. It raises my blood pressure.
my girlfriend had a
Yes.
song.
Yeah.
The same song as her alarm for years.
What was
and
the
it's
song?
still I don't know what it is. But
I
if
don't
ever
want to
heard it-
wait for our lives to be over.
That wouldn't be so bad. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Some weird, like way too upbeat like synth pop song from 2009, as all music was back then, and it's my least favorite song.
Fireflies by Owl City. That's what it is.
Oh, that'd be a good one.
That's my guess. Wait, I think I have another hot take.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. This is another spicy one. I'm
We
really
talk
on a
about
roll.
getting rim? Is it
Yes,
gonna be that edgy?
it's another
Is it
one
gonna lead
about
us?
healthy nap patterns.
Oh, I heard RIM. And you
yes.
said RIM, and I was like, whoa, okay,
that
actually
is
edgy.
that is
Yeah.
edgy.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't get what's that.
When you lick the anus of another person.
Rim. The rim.
RIM, yes.
Yes.
Rim.
Yeah.
Ram.
I don't think I'd like that.
I get a lot of REM sleep. I don't get much REM sleep, but I'm getting a lot of REM sleep.
When she rims me, I fall right asleep.
fall right
I get
asleep.
so relaxed.
That sounds like something you'd see on a T-shirt and then a picture of the Punisher underneath it for no reason. I don't get RIM sleep. I get RIM sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's like Bugs Bunny with tattoos.
if Spencer's gift still exists, that's what I would do. I would make
Rick and
T-shirts
Morty
for
logo.
them.
Yeah.
I think it is kind of embarrassing to be a stand-up comic. That's my hot take. The whole profession is just, first of all, it's just very mommy look at me, like on its face, like look at me, everybody. But it's
Why is okay? Go ahead.
here's the thing that makes it embarrassing to me is because almost everyone has had funny thoughts before, right? But having a funny thought and then immediately being like, everybody needs to hear this, everyone, not just my friends, not my family, everyone, and then I need to keep doing it multiple times. Everyone needs to hear it every night is crazy. It's crazy and a little bit sad and a lot embarrassing.
Okay.
I agree. I agree on two counts. First of all, like tweeting jokes out when like, especially in the last like 4 or 5 years, where you're like, oh, I have a hot joke. Let's type it in and see if anyone else has it already. And they do, and it's a CNN pundit who already wrote that joke.
Totally.
Not another comedian. You're like, oh, this is we're spinning down the drain.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see that a lot. Of just like if other people decided
Other
it was important
non-comedians.
to them to like be funny and write jokes. I think Twitter has shown us like so many people are so fucking funny.
Fully capable.
They just aren't like compulsively obsessed with like getting laughs.
Here's the thing.
And I love it, by the way. Let me say, I love it. I love doing it, but I also recognize it's
you're
insane.
a sad man. Yeah.
Yes.
So how is that any different than a musician? How is it?
Because it demands validation.
Well, how does being a lead singer not demand validation?
No, they're definitely playing in the same space.
Musicians are
that way.
pussies. Let's first of all agree.
Yes.
Okay.
But there is like, I don't know. There's an art.
Anyone can learn how to play the bass.
No, but
and be in a band.
but not necessarily write a song. Just like not everyone can write like a joke, but a fucking lot of people
Anyone can write. There are like I always separate comedy like this. People go, oh, they're good, and I'm like, yeah, okay. I don't like them. They're like, why not? They're good. I'm like, because I like to see comedy that the audience couldn't do if they devoted their life to it for 3 years. I like to see comedy that's better than that. If any one of these people devoted their life to comedy for 3 years, they could do a solid 10 minutes.
Yes, proficient in comedy, which is the meanest thing I can say about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Effective is what I say.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
And there's a huge difference between what you're saying, a CNN pundit making that joke or whatever. Like that is proficiency. That is fine. But then the next level, like the really good coming at things from a different angle, being an original thinker, is something new and fresh and exciting, and is, to me, is not that desperate, because to keep it in it would be almost selfish in a way. Like if you're a good enough artist, just to keep it in, you're like a psychopath. Like what you're so worried about looking desperate and insecure, you won't just let like people see it. I don't understand why as soon as you're holding a bass, which anyone can fucking learn how to play,
the bass so much,
or a guitar,
It's sexy,
or
yeah.
a guitar, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
or it just changes. I think that's so.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Like,
You're not
people
holding
like-
anything. So it's just, I'm great without any skill or tool is what a comedian is.
But
telling
it-
the
but-
audience
too,
when
yeah.
you have a
That's what we're making it look like. A good comedian makes it look like that. And so that's why people go, oh, and like people kind of hate on, everyone thinks they can do comedy because you're not holding a guitar. But it takes forever
It's
to
really
learn
hard
how to play.
like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Also,
To do it originally,
If
it's
you
hard.
are holding a guitar, you're not doing comedy.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Puppets, yes. I'll give them puppets,
Yeah.
but not guitars.
I mean, I'm also like, you know, not talking about myself, but I'm just think like there are comedians out there that like, you know, let's say Mitch Hedberg, because it's easy, he's different and he's dead. But like that is a different, yeah.
When?
That's like a different thinker.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes,
And
yes.
like that's not, and no one in the audience could do that.
Right, and I
don't-
can't
no,
do that
no.
either.
Yeah,
You know?
I agree on the high skill levels. It's still an impressive thing, but I think a real measure of the lameness of comedy is how people react now when you tell them you're a comedian.
Yes.
Because you just, like they assume you're a little
Yeah.
grungy. Like, what's that like? Now they're like, oh, cute. My cousin does that
Yes.
too.
Yes. Yes.
My
That's-
nephew
it's
got
very
into it. I
embarrassing.
should give you his number. It's
very
embarrassing to
Yeah.
tell people you're a comedian
It's
because
so-
everyone watches Maisel and
Right.
Crashing and like, oh,
Yes, and
you go to the open
podcasts.
mics. They know the whole back
Yes.
process now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like this AGT vibe that we all have.
Yes.
America's Got Talent.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I will agree that it's embarrassing to tell people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Because
I
not
almost
for
never
fear,
say it. Yeah.
For fear they might support you. That's the worst thing. You're like, that's good for you. I would love to look up your clips. You're like,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
you're supposed to be adversarial, man.
Yeah, yeah,
You're supposed
yeah.
to assume I say edgy things
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
in a leather vest.
And now I
Yeah.
feel like this is kind of like aged out, but definitely when I first like started comedy, you tell people there was always, if you talk to a white guy who was over 50, then it would always start a George Carlin conversation you didn't want to have.
Yeah.
Right.
I just
Oh, it
always
still
wanted
always
to-
starts a conversation you don't want to have.
Yes, but it was just always about George Carlin. Just like I had 1,000 George Carlin conversations I did not want to have with older white men.
Yeah. Now it's cancel culture. People love just being like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
you can't say anything
Yeah, you
anymore.
can't
It's
say
like,
anything.
what are you saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That you feel so stifled.
Totally. Yeah, that is what they always say. Yeah.
And it's like, you're like an electrician. What are you saying at work that's so controversial?
Right. Yeah. I all the time that is the new one, right? It is
Yeah.
like, how do you? It must be so hard.
Freedom
now. It
of
must be
speech.
about
College kids are too
audiences. And it's like
sensitive.
I don't know. I do comedy like most nights of the week, and audiences are just fine.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
just
They
fine.
laugh
Most
at
people
everything.
understand how jokes work.
Most
Yeah.
people are normal.
Especially ones
Yeah.
who pay to be at comedy clubs.
Yeah.
They get it. It's
Yeah.
such an outlier that someone has a problem with it. Even for not just my stuff, for the horrendous things I listen to, which horrendous but also great.
Sure. Yeah. No, people get it. There's a couple thousand people on Twitter who are like, this fucking sucks and must be stopped, and then there's everyone else in the world.
Most
who
people
doesn't
aren't
give a
on
shit.
Twitter. Regular,
Twitter. Yeah.
smart people are not on Twitter.
That's kind of my other hot take. Twitter just gives a speakerphone to the squeaky wheels.
Yeah.
And what I hate the most is when someone comments something super disagreeable, they come at you hard, right? Which they're incentivized to do that. That draws attention to them.
Yes.
It's when you comment and retweet them, look at this idiot. It'd be like, you're signal boosting them. Why,
Yes.
why are you
You're
giving,
handing a
ignore
megaphone
them.
to an asshole.
Well,
Yeah.
ignore them. You even acknowledging what they're saying is validating what they're doing.
This is the ego thing of like people are like, and it happens all the time. But like they said something dumb, I can dunk on it. I can get likes because it's so dumb what they said.
But you're rewarding them.
So exactly. So people reward them, and they don't have the ability to control their own ego and just say, I'm just going to do nothing rather than get these likes.
Yeah.
And let this person fade into obscurity.
Right. The biggest dunk is just, I never read your comment.
Yes.
I didn't like it. I didn't see the replies to it. Like,
Yeah.
it's such a, you're feeding that system. It's not cool.
I would never see 90% of the shit I see that annoys me if it wasn't retweeted into the timeline by someone I'm friends with and like and respect.
Yeah.
Tweeting it into my timeline so they can dunk on it.
Right.
And it's like, I would have never seen, no one would have seen this if not
Yeah.
for you. Yeah.
Because humans aren't made to be happy. Remember that scene in the second Matrix where he was like, oh, we created a Matrix where everyone can be happy all the time, and they ruined it. I didn't understand that. And then I go on Twitter and I see like a cute post of a cat with 500,000 retweets. And I'm like, let's scroll to the comments until I find something awful.
Yeah.
I could just be happy with that, but I'm like, who could object to this? And I scroll past all these comments I agree with until I find something horrible about the Jews or something.
Yeah. You actually don't have to scroll that far to find
No, not that far.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the algorithm jacks it all the way up.
Yeah, that's part of the reason.
Oh, what's your fake job?
Huh?
When someone asks what you do you have a fake job because you don't want to say comedian?
I say, I'll say like I'm a producer for a TV network
Oh,
So you still put yourself in the realm.
in the
Yeah.
realm, and then people don't know what that means, and they
Yeah.
don't have no follow-up questions.
Yeah.
They go, oh, cool.
That's-
What network?
that's the dream. Is the
I go, I'm an
follow-up.
independent producer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do my girlfriend's job is what I try to do. Salesperson for a cybersecurity company. Because I've just like been forced to listen in on enough of her phone calls that I could bullshit my way
Yeah.
through a couple more questions.
I say, I'm a stand-up comedian and I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Ask away. Ask any questions you have. I was a recruiter for many years, so I usually just say I'm a recruiter.
Yeah, that's a smart one. A financial analyst. I say I work in finance sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No one wants to have that
I should get a
conversation.
better one. I should get
No,
like
they could maybe ask investing advice is the scary part.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
trafficking women.
Oh,
Child
does
trafficking.
that.
Have you ever seen Taken?
Trafficking women. Yes, I'm a crossing guard in front of an all-girls school.
Well,
Another job with a vest.
That's right. Hey. Badass.
I think we just did a podcast, boys. Anyone else have any hot takes that we're looking to spit?
Were we pressing record?
Oh, fuck. Should I have done that?
Yes.
Ah.
We have to
Can
do
you cut out all the parts where I said offensive things? Any mention of Jews? Just cut it.
Yeah.
Just cut out my side of it. Just
We'll
no
just-
disputes.
we're
We'll
gonna
just
signal
dub it with
boost those.
black.
Those are getting amplified.
Black.
Yeah. Chaim, the black guy.
Do anything to promote?
Oh yeah, can I do some dates?
Yes. Yeah.
Buffalo, September 3rd through 5th. Houston, October 14th. Dallas, October 15th. And DC, October 21st through 23rd.
Awesome. Cool. And where can people get tickets for that?
Broussard.live.
Cool.
Follow me on social media. At
Very
Monday.
good.
Very nice. While Grammy's looking up his stuff, I'm going on a little honeymoon to Mexico, so I got nothing coming at but laying by a swimming pool somewhere.
Baby boy.
What airline you flying?
JetBlue.
That's good. They got
You
TV
got
still.
status?
Not with JetBlue. Delta is who I have status with.
Oh yeah, JetBlue's gone downhill.
That's
Trying
what I've
to- trying
heard.
to get on the Delta game. Yeah.
I was platinum 1 year with Delta, best year of my life. Grammy.
Oh my God, that's so nice.
I'm going to be at the Denver Comedy Lounge next week. Is this going to be on next week, this episode?
Nope.
Never mind.
I was in Denver.
I was in Denver.
Yeah,
and
my honeymoon
sold
thing
out
doesn't make sense
shows.
either.
7 of them.
I'm going to be at Good Nights Comedy Club in Raleigh, North Carolina, Friday, September 3rd or 4th. Is it going to be out by then?
Yes.
All right. And then I'm going to be in Rumors in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, September 7th through 11th.
I want to pull the episode off the air right now.
And then I am going to be opening for Nate Bargatze all of October. Check
Fuck yeah.
those dates out at grahamk.com. I'm also going to be in Helium Comedy Club in St. Louis, October 22, 23. And Wisecrackers in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, because I make the big money the following
Big
week.
Cash.
October 29th and 30th.
Well, there you have it, folks. And I guess we say what we say at the end of every episode.
Fuck you!
Keep it crispy.